Hey folks, welcome back. Enrique Suave here, and today we are doing a review for Exit 8. And essentially, this was recommended by some friends of mine, and I've seen it in my feed a couple times. And if you're not familiar with Exit 8, what it basically is running through a subway looking for differences or anomalies, as they call it in the game. And if you find them, you go to the next part of the subway and you keep progressing, and you want to exit on the 8th floor. That's where the 8 comes in. So we're going to go over this game today and talk about it, where this game is definitely for certain people, and for certain people it's probably not. And before we do, though, if you don't know me, again, I go by Enrique Suave. I've been playing games since Atari 2600, Combat and Joust and things like that. So really excited to do this series basically every Friday for the end of the year, until the end of the year. We're playing a new game, and we're live streaming it for 3 hours. A new game to me. I've played a lot of games in my time, but there's definitely some games that I want to get play, and this is a great opportunity to do that. And then after 1 week, we give it a final grade, a final review of what we think about the game. So this is our template that we use. Let's jump in, and you can see at the top basically is just what we give each category, and then at the bottom, it's going to have like what that category is, what the game's going to fall into based upon that category score and so forth. And so pretty simple math here. And let's just jump into this. So art style. Well, first of all, art's usually graphics, right? I will just say there's no sound to the game. I mean, there's sound effects, but there's no music, nothing like that. So art-wise in the audio category, there's nothing there at all. Graphically, here, I'll let you see the game a little bit. Graphically, it's fine. I don't think there's any boundaries being pushed or anything, and it's definitely nothing memorable. Like if you look here, it's literally the same run of subway station over and over and over, and you're looking for a difference, right? Is the red light on or off? Look at that door right there. It's open. Okay, there's a difference. I'm running back and going the other way. And that's all this is. Look, you're seeing this is all the different levels of the game. It's just the same level with a single little variable, either maybe affecting the level or not. Sometimes you walk through and the level's perfectly normal. And that's it. That's all this game is. And so we're going to talk about this and why this game is definitely for certain folks and not for others. But art-wise, again, I think it's fine. I think it suits, the graphics and the images suit the need of the tone of the game. So I decided to give it a common score, which is again kind of like fine. It's not bad, but it's nothing special and probably not even memorable, honestly. So fun factor is interesting though. What is fun, right? This is the discussion for who's this game for. I found this game extremely fun. And when I say extremely, I just mean it was my kind of game. And it's because there's an attention to detail that has to be used here. And so if you're the kind of person that you walk in a room and you immediately notice that there's pillows out of place, or, hey, the red card that's always red is now blue, and your mind's like, this is the game for you. Okay. If you're the kind that doesn't really care about the details, right? Maybe you're just a run and gun kind of guy, or whatever, or girl or whatever, but you're the kind of person you're just worried about the end result and you don't care about the little details. This may not be the game for you, and you might hate this game. So I had a lot of fun playing it. I will say, though, that although I had fun, I don't think it was the most fun I've ever had. So I did decide to give it just an epic rating. It's good for sure, and I would even say it's great fun, but I wouldn't say it's the most fun I've had in a game. So definitely not legendary in that respect. Now, replayability is interesting. You would think a game that's really fun would have replayability, right? But actually, I don't think that at all. I think for this game here, the moment you beat it, again, last week when we live streamed this, I beat it in the first 20 minutes of the stream. And I was kind of surprised. I was like, what? Like, that's it? And I don't know. I was just kind of taken back by, like, that's all this game is a little mini game almost of, is there a difference in this subway or not? And I don't think I have any reason to ever play this game again unless, there was DLC, if there was a new subway to go, do or something like that. So actually, I really rated the replayability a 0, a gray item. You're going to vendor this off at the next town because again, I just don't find any replayability here at all. When you beat the game, it will give you an update on how many anomalies or differences that you've found. So you may want to play this game until you find all the anomalies, right? But guess what? There's only 2 achievements in the whole game. One for beating the game and one for getting all the anomalies. And that's it. And we got both achievements last week in our first 3 hours of playing the game. So yeah, I think it's a 0 for playability. It's cool. And again, I'm not referring to speedrunners. Speedrunners are different. That's a niche category. I'm not referring to that at all. Now, value. Value is the last one. Now, what is value? To me, value is getting about for every $1 I spend on a game, getting about an hour of fun out of that game, right? So I buy a $30 game. I want to get $30 of fun out of that game. In this case, I bought the game for $3.80 on sale or something like that. So let's call it $4. And I actually have right at 4 hours of gameplay after a week's time. And actually 3 hours of that was the live stream. So I didn't really play it this week that much because there was nothing to accomplish or do. Or I did rerun the game 3 or 4 times and I beat it each time probably within 15 minutes. And so again, it's cool. I think the value is definitely there for the price, but I don't think it's impressive or anything. So I just gave it a common score. It's fine. $4 for this experience was fine, but it's not like a steal or anything like that. And then, you do the simple math. Basically, this week we're going to give this game a final score of a 4. It is in the common category. I think it's a good game. Not great, not legendary by any means. Not bad for sure. And I will say that if this game were to ever add another Subway, or something else, I could see replaying that. I feel like there's a lot of potential here to come back to this game in the future, maybe when they've done some things. But in the current state, I can't imagine I even play this game again. So it was a good $4. I enjoyed it. And that's where I stand with this. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. If you were thinking about picking this game up and maybe this helped you out, that'd be great to know if you want to leave it in the comments. Also, if there's a game you want me to try out that maybe I've never played, leave me a comment. I'd be happy to buy the game and play it for at least a week to see what I think about it. And we'll kind of go from there. So again, I appreciate you watching this and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, and by the way, we live stream tomorrow. So if you want to be here, that'd be cool. All right. We'll see you later.